What's going on, guys? It's Madman Plant. We are back with one of my favorite people
back.
here. We're back. And episode number 3. You know, that was
three
so
of many more, yeah.
Many more, yeah. I wanted to talk to you getting back here. I watched your interview with Good Slice, or the pizza company.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about transparency through being a creator, to the respect and the community and how it should react. Because even me, as I've gotten up into, creating stuff, you hit backlash, you have haters, and you dealt with a really scary situation where somebody was actually waiting for you in your home. And I wanted you to talk a little bit about that, because I think we need to remember that we're all human, like you said in our last interview. And I think some people just take it a little too far. Talk a little bit about that, and your experience as far as the community and how you've faced adversity like that.
Well, okay, here's the thing. If you are successful, and I really hope you are, you're going to go through a lot, man. Such is the way of humanity, right? If someone does really well, people come around and try to take that from them. That's just the way that we are. And in business, if you're disrupting an industry, you can damn well expect the people you're disrupting to, one way or another, in fact, every which way they have, to come after you, to try to stop you. This is the way of American business, man. This is what always happens, Someone invents some kind of new product, giant corporations are going to try to crush him. They'll try to buy him. If he doesn't sell to them, they'll try to crush him through every method they can imagine.
Yes.
But if you recognize that and just understand that this is what's going to happen, it isn't happening to you, it's what's going to happen. If you are successful and disrupt shit, people are going to try to crush you, bro. Understand that. Don't take it personally. Accept it. Prepare for it. When it happens, be ready to fight back against it. Just never take it personally. Always understand that this, unfortunately, is part of normal business in America. It really is.
I think that's true. But with that situation, what was that about? Because that is scary. And I think that's something that a lot of people, when they step into the public spotlight, that's a fear that they have. You could be doing something so great, and there's somebody out there that's really off that, wants to do some ill will to you.
Right, well, because the thing, okay, well, if you look at, here's a way to look at it. This is one of the reasons I'm a proponent of gun control, because of this.
Yeah.
If right here in this place we're in right now, there's probably, I would say 30,000 people, right?
Okay.
Of that, probably what percent do you think are actually insane, like absolutely insane? What, 1%, 0.1%, let's give them that, right?
Okay.
So we got 300 people here that are absolutely just, wow, gone,
bonkers.
Right? Now, if we give everyone in this facility a nuclear weapon, that 0.1%, those 300 people, one of them's going to set it off, right? So the only way to stop those people from not having a nuke is to give nobody a nuke, man. Because if that dude gets the nuke, he's setting it off, man, and killing all of us. So the way I look at it is, there's a very small percentage of people that are just, something happened, we are incredibly complex beings, who knows? Again, just accept that this is normal, this is the way. If you become a giant celebrity, someone's probably going to break into your house, man. They're going to stalk you. These are things that are going to happen. Prepare for it, understand it. When it does happen, again, don't be upset about it. Just keep going forward anyway. I'm sorry if I'm so nonchalant about it, but like when that shit happened, I wasn't scared. I was more angry than scared.
You feel violated. You know?
So then I went with it. Then I was like, okay, what do we have to do? All right, so you got to barricade the place. Cool, we'll barricade the place. But no, you know what? If that dude ever gets back in here, first of all, I want to irritate the shit out of him. We can start having fun with this. Let's start having fun. And we start coming with ways to really irritate somebody to the point where they will wish they didn't come in. They'll wish without anything lethal. Like, let's just torture them. We start thinking of like Home Alone type shit where we're like, oh, and then we can do this. And then we're going to do that. Oh, yeah. And then when he gets here, wait for that surprise. And we just turned it into something that was actually kind of fun, where we always kind of, in a way, we kind of want someone to break back in so we could
record it now. It's they're coming back.
But the amount, what this person would go through is like, holy shit, man. It would make like the most epic TV ever. And then we'd catch them as well.
And you get 1 million views.
You get 1 million views, and maybe we could find out who sent them in the first place, if someone did.
So one of the cool things about today is you're speaking, and I'm actually coming to see you speak. Yesterday I spent a good portion of my day in the forums, focusing on marketing and business development, because that's where I specialize in.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about brand building. You're somebody that has done a lot for just cannabis and then rolling papers in general.
Yeah.
Today's conversation, what is that going to be about?
Well, today I'm just trying to help people build their brand. I'm trying to explain to them, through my story, how they can succeed. I'm trying to share with them tips, tricks, and tidbits, little things that they might not realize. When I gave when I gave like the preface to this, I was warning people like no chads. The reason why I'm saying no chads is because Chad is only here for money, and the way that I speak to them, what I'm trying to teach, has nothing really to do with money. It all is more about passion and connection and empathy and what it really takes to build a brand. And if you're building it in the guise of how much money I'm going to make and you're rubbing your hands together like that, well, it's not, what I'm going to tell you is not going to work.
No.
In fact, I'm probably just going to irritate you because it's really about, you can't fake it. So if you don't smoke, don't even try it, man. Don't come into this industry. If you don't consume, there's no real place for you, at least on my side of the industry.
Well, I think that's true, and in business too. And that's why when we talk to people, I always prefer a company who's like, hey, I almost died. My sister did this. I got into
got
this.
A real story.
This happened to me.
Right.
Even with cannabis and myself, ADHD, anxiety, depression, somebody that almost committed suicide, somebody that's almost died in a very horrific car accident. For me, I found my peace. I actually used to be against cannabis, highly against it, because I used to want to be in law enforcement. That didn't work out, so now I'm a stoner doing stoner things and working out. Talk a little bit about how this affects the tradition and legacy going forward of industries like BizCon, like HBI, like all these other brands.
Well, oh wow, that's a really big question. The only thing I can tell you...
You're a really big person.
Yeah, I know, but that's a too big of a question for me. We've watched this industry get founded and grow and turn into what it is now. I don't know how to keep its soul alive. I can only do my part, doing my thing, but in terms of making sure that we come back 5 years from now and it's not just an ocean of people in three-piece suits looking for the next alpha, I'm not entirely sure how to do that other than to try to foster my own way of teaching people, hey, this is the way. Come into it with an open heart.
Yeah.
Be in here because you love the plant. You love the experience. You love the connection it creates. You love everything about it. If you're here for that, what I'd like to believe is that the people that truly have their heart in it will succeed the most, and therefore they'll be here in 5 years, and that the Chads won't.
And the other people won't.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And you see that on social media. You see that on Instagram. You see that on all these people that try to come in.
Yeah.
And it's adversity. And when you hit that wall of adversity, if you do not believe in what you do, you do not love what you do, you will quit, because if any other sane person would say, okay, well, I'm not making money right now, so let me leave.
Right.
I think it's the heart and tradition. And like with you, all the way going back to your dad with rolling papers as a magician, doing rolling tricks.
Yeah.
It's the inspiration that keeps that passion alive, because, like you say, no matter what happens, it wasn't ever about that. You were never serving. You were never serving rolling papers to others, even though you were. You were doing it for you,
right,
to create that perfect rolling paper that created that perfect experience for others. So, and that's what I love mostly about you, is you don't always see that in business owners. Even though they have a great story, some of it is hidden, beneath layers. And I think it gets washed away. And I think that's why when we talked in rooms and forums about authenticity, storytelling, the genuine feeling of experience, that this is making me better.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, if you smoke anything but raw, you will taste powdery chalk, and I hate it. I can honestly say, South Honor, I've been smoking all raws this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, man.
No.
Yeah, no, our goal is to make the best rolling papers and cones and things like that we possibly can. Ideally, the best that have ever been made. We're always working towards it. Like in my bag over there, I've got prototypes of a paper we're working on for 2026.
So you told me last year.
Yeah, but it just doesn't stop like that. Like as soon as you finish one, you're on to the next one. You don't stop and rest on your laurels even for a moment. The industry won't let you. It gets tiring. But really, if you keep going, if you look at it as there's never a plateau, as soon as you get to the spot, okay, breathe out, breathe back in, and go to the next level. As soon as you hit there, breathe out for a moment, breathe back in, and go to the next one. I never stop. I won't stop till I'm done. And hopefully that'll never be. It will be, but you know what I mean?
I heard you wanted to be smoked up as Kesselman Kush.
Yeah.
And I think it's like legacy.
I want to be wrapped up in paper when I die and just return to the earth naturally. So ideally you wrap me up in, we got these big bobbins of raw paper. Wrap me up in that shit, put me back at earth with no coffee.
And also put the little seeds in there.
On top. Right on top. Plant it right on top. I'll fertilize that shit, and then we'll have real Kesselman Kush. It'll be epic.
That's awesome. Well, I want to also tell you that I think it's great what you do, and I think even if people have just seen you for the first time, you inspire people a lot about your energy, and that's one thing that I inspire from you and I learn from you is to even have that, because I'm sure every day you don't feel like that. You've talked about that on the podcast with me, but the value of it's always with a smile, just like your grandmother with a song, you know what I mean, when things go wrong, right?
Yeah.
So it's just really cool. So I always appreciate you taking the time, because you're so busy, doing so many things, to just speak with me and have these conversations.
I love seeing you, man. I love talking about this stuff. Sharing things like this is so important because not enough people do. And by sharing it like this, now so many people will see this, and hopefully it uplifts you and makes you a little happier and convinces you to break free from the chains of sheepdom. Oh, sheepdom is, they're trying to put you into a box right now. They're trying to make you be a whatever it is. They try to put you in that box. If you want to be in the box, it's cool. But if you don't, the coolest thing was when I opened my second store back like in 1993 or 4, whatever the fucking year it was. I'm not even sure. We started making some money, and I realized, oh my God, I might actually be able to live free. Like I won't have to go.
Work.
I know I won't have to go. I won't have to go work for an accountant or something.
It's working.
I don't want to go to work for someone. It's like, wow, I could do this forever. I'm happy. I would have stayed with my stores till the end of time. I was really happy doing them. Chase happiness. That's a beautiful thing to chase.
Well, I think, and when we come back to value, to wrap a lot of what you were talking about earlier it's the fact that this is a self-journey. Everything that we do, coming here as a creator, an influencer, a brand, a business, whatever, it's a self-journey. And I think the truth of what we find is not in what we get. It's the who, not how.
Yeah.
So it's who impacts our lives, who changes us, who challenges, who wakes up us on the inside and says, no, I want more.
Yeah.
This is not okay. I can't live like this anymore. And I will tell you, just, from, I was talking about meeting you for the first time, that the first person I ever talked to here at MBJ BizCon was you, which gave me the confidence that, wow, people do want to talk to me. People do, actually care.
Yeah.
And some don't. You see businesses that it's all about business. But like you said, are they going to be around in 20 years, And that's the thing is longevity,
so here's
legacy.
the thing. As you go around, look for people that have a like mindset. Because there's lots of us. Not enough, believe me. But you can kind of tell. You'll know when you're meeting someone who's more genuine or they're more real, as opposed to the guy who's just the whole time trying to pitch you or trying to pitch something to your people that are watching this.
Yeah. And believe me, I'm shadow banned right now like a
We all
motherfucker,
are.
so only about 4 people watch my lives anyways. So this is going to get loved by 4.0K people.
Welcome to my world.
You know what I mean? But that's why I said
January,
it's self-serving. If you just knew you were shadow banned and then you quit and said, oh, well, fuck it, I'm not making content, you limit yourself, but you do it because I don't care. Those 4 people are going to show up next week. That 4 people turns into 40.
When I'm shadow banned, my posts get funnier because I start posting shit where I'm like, fuck it, here's my donkey. Like, I'm shadow banned at the moment, too.
I saw your quills.
I got lots of quail. I love my quail. But that's the thing. You can tell I don't care. I'm like, I'm going to share an ASMR of my quail. And here's an ASMR of my quail. I know, I got to go. Okay.
We'll get more podcasts coming out. I want to get you on a long segment. So
Okay.
we can agree to that.
Yeah, we will.
Be good. Guys, podcast coming your way. MJ BizCon. See you guys soon.
Peace out.